I
I sent them at least 2 emails.
You should have.
Very thoroughly. One is with the agenda and one is to remind them of the meetings,
That's
right?
it. Done. I usually put in my email, please open all.
2 emails.
Because I want to know what they're doing.
Oh, to know, yeah, so we have a quorum, obviously.
Yeah.
meeting. I will talk to you later.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, it is 7:01 and the nuisance abatement board for Thursday, March 13th, 2025 is now in order. If you're going to speak tonight, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, and please, when you do talk, make sure that the court reporter knows your name.
Turn on Do Not Disturb.
Okay, the minutes were sent out by Joyce. Thank you very much as always. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Oh, you're right. Roll call.
Okay. Glenn Lindsay,
Present.
Abby Dorr-Pemper, Chris Smith, Mark Dickerman,
Present.
and Chair Stockton.
Present.
You have quorum, sir.
So back to minutes. They were sent out. Any additions, deletions, or corrections?
Motion to accept. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Nope. Minutes have been approved. Thank you very much. Okay, first case we are going to call, did you say it was Rainbow Market, case number 24-03-02.
All right, 101 Southwest 31st Avenue, Rainbow Market. 5 calls over the past 30 days. None were nuisance related. There were 2 trespassing calls, 1 medical call, and 1 police information call. We visited the property. We spoke to MD here. Store's looking good. Parking lot's looking great. Trespassers coming, but please come. They call, please come. They go to the sidewalk, the public sidewalk still. They know the game. Cops leave, they kind of come back. Obviously, we can't do anything on the sidewalk. They know that, he knows that, so it's an ongoing game. But the police are coming, they're calling the police on them. So store looks good, property looks good. No trash, nothing, no. Other than that, the bar is good, and we'll see him next month.
Awesome. Anything from the board? Thank you for your continued diligence. Happy Ramadan, and we will see you on April 10th.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Okay. For the record, at 7:02, Abatement is arrived. Next, we're gonna go to case number 24-101-05, which is 1708 Northwest Sixth Street, Lucy's Meat Market.
All right, Lucy's, good seeing you guys. There was 0 calls for the past 30 days, which is excellent. That's what we like to see. We've been in contact with him, Omar and his brother, back and forth. Nobody hanging out. We have a camera there that we can see. Nobody's hanging out. No calls. Store's in good shape. They're totally good. I couldn't ask for more right now. Doing good. So, yeah. Other than that,
Anything from board? Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Ramadan
How's it
Mubarak.
going? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, we are going to go to case number 24-07-03, which is 2656 East Oakland Park Boulevard, Star America.
all right, Star America, 11 calls for the past 30 days. None of them were nuisance related. There was 1 warrant arrest on the property, which you probably wouldn't know about. The cops did it. 1 fight, trespassing, and 6 police service calls and 1 alarm. One business must have had an alarm. The community engagement unit. So we have a community team that goes out there, and right now the hot topic is 30th place, which is right behind you guys.
Yes.
So that is right now like a homeless freeway, and they're going from bad hotels on Federal to the church, cut through 30th to your business. And I'll tell you the truth, the business is getting a lot of blame for it. I stand up for you guys and say it's not the store, but it's a lot of people with money that live right there up in Bayview, and they call all the time with people coming back and forth. So I tell them, as long as you keep up, you're in the deal, and call trespassing every time. Make sure people aren't hanging out. at night. Obviously, you know, there's supposed to be no cars there. You can call on cars. You know, if you have the tow, you guys have the permission to tow if there's cars hanging out, because the laundromat only, uses till 5 o'clock?
Yes,
Parking lot.
right.
So cars that are hanging out, if you see you guys at the cameras more than 10, 15 minutes, call on them. Even if call police, suspicious vehicle sitting there, that would help us out a lot. So other than that, everything looks good. Store looks great, and we'll see you in April. You guys are good.
Anything from the board? I used to be the chair of the board of the church down the street. If you know that there are people coming on your property from there, reach out to the church. They will listen to you, because I know a lot of the neighbors want it taken care of and they're doing their best. But if you know they're coming over to you from there, let them know.
Sure, sir.
So I know the church is doing showering, feeding, and everything.
That's
I
Thursday.
go there, what's the easiest? I walk to the store, get a beer or whatever,
Yeah.
and then I hang out for a little bit, and then, so.
Yeah, the feeding program is on Thursdays. Nothing else is going on during the week. So
They're doing good though. Like I said, you just keep up.
thank you.
Awesome.
I mean, y'all can really take this.
So, okay.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
See you on April 10th.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Cool.
Okay, our next case is number 24-08-04, which is 800 Northwest 10th Terrace.
So again, we got another one. 0 calls for the past 30 days, which is awesome. Very good. We thank you, for keeping the store clean. So we went back and forth. They redid the whole parking lot out front. They'll show you.
Looks great.
We made them, they had a couple buckets up there. Where would every car go when there wasn't a bucket? It's still parked there.
Yeah.
So they got a couple more buckets, wrapped them all around. Nobody, I checked the camera several times, nobody's parking there at all, which I'm super happy, and that was my main thing, because when there's cars up front, there's people hanging out front next to the cars, and it just causes more people to come and come and come. So that, for me, that's a home run. They're doing a great job with that. The handicap spot is the biggest pain, because I've been there with Joy standing there, and there's been cars coming up, non-handicapped parking there. In and out, in and out. Not me, I tell the guy 3 times. I was there 15 minutes talking. I think it was your dad or it was Sammy. I'm like, you guys can't park here. Can't park here. Can't park here. So I try to get the motor unit on to do tickets. They drove by. We can't do anything because we're missing the wall sign, the handicap wall sign. That's the only thing they're missing. They're gonna repaint the building for codes. Codes on their butt a little bit. They're gonna repaint the building as soon as they repaint it. They're gonna put the placard up on the wall, and then Motors or whoever has full open season to write tickets for them, which is good.
Awesome.
But other than that, they've been super cooperative. Been in touch with him and his dad last month, so actually, other than that, we're pretty good.
Anything from the board? Y'all have been doing great. You really took this one very serious, and it looks great.
There probably hasn't been cars not parking there in 20 years. It's the first time. Really? Good.
Good.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and our last case for the evening is case number 25-01-02, 831 Northwest 6th Street, Four Corners, an evidentiary hearing.
Mr. Jones, how's it going? All right, so Four Corners is a little store located in the corner of 6th Street and Power Line Road. It's been there for many years. It's kind of like a little local business, a little watering hole where people like to hang out now. We understand. So calls for service are the past 6 months. So when you first come on board, go back 6 months for calls for services. You have 37 calls. It is what it is. There's larcenies, there's some warrants on the property, narcotics, assaults, disturbances, and some suspicious incidents. Out of all those calls, not one trespassing call, which for me means that the store owner or the store, whoever's in the store working, not calling the police. Which, one thing that we've talked about, that has to be done starting now, okay? Trespassers that are on the property, you have to call on them during the day. We're gonna go into the 5 incidences which qualify the business under Florida State statute for abuse abatement. June 16th, there was an arrest made for possession of cocaine and possession of paraphernalia. During this incident, prior to the arrest, the officer actually observed the subject smoking crack cocaine on the property. He went up there, saw it, got the pipe and the drugs on him, arrested him. September 3rd, 2024, confidential informant bought $40 worth of alpha PVP, which is street name Flocka. It was purchased on the property by a subject hanging out for a period of time. October 2nd, same thing, confidential informant bought $20 worth of crack cocaine on the property. On this incident, the deal actually happened inside the store. October 30th, same thing, confidential informant, $20 worth of crack cocaine was purchased on a property by somebody, by a target that was hanging out on the property. The subject was actually later arrested that day, still on the property, and he had more drugs on him. So we go back to having people staying there all day, and this is what's happening. December 3rd, same thing, $20 worth of crack cocaine was purchased on the property by somebody hanging out. Obviously, by seeing this, you know, people hanging out, this is what happened. Not that you want it to happen, but people hanging out, cars hanging out. Like I told the store, the cars were hanging out in front of the store. It brings people hanging out, and people hang, sometimes sell drugs, sometimes they drink, do whatever. That's what's happening right now. Other than that, we're gonna go over some recommendations that the police recommends for the property. I read to you guys and the board, then you guys decide what. You want to do it now? Okay, let's go over some of the pictures. This is the property line for Four Corners. It runs right along there on power line, Sistrunk. Inside the store, we got a couple pictures. Not very big, it's a small store. So as you can see, one of the things is the gambling machines. I'm gonna talk about that in the recommendations. Is there 2 or 3 gambling machines? 2 or 3? 2?
Like yourself, sir.
Yeah.
Name?
Sean Jones, I'm the owner of the property. Attending the meeting with me, is Muhammad Islam, who is the store operator. Tenant. He's indicated to me that there are 3, machines.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Some of the pictures, this is the east side. Actually, many times there's actually several people all hang out there. I hate to say it, it's a shady area, so when it's hot, they hang out there at night. A lot of cars hanging out. This is like the southwest corner. There's no gas or nothing there, just cars hanging out. So this is what I'm talking about. Cars come, people come, 4 cars come, and it just becomes a nuisance. This is during the middle of the day. People walking around, drinking, hanging out. Same thing, that's what I'm talking about over there. It's all shady, so they kind of hang out there and stay cool.
I'm gonna point out that handicap space
Yeah, is there a better spot of it? I'll get into the handicap in a minute, but there's a handicap spot
there.
there
So
that
they see where it
we're
is.
gonna, I talked to Mr. Jones, we're gonna fix that up. Same thing during the day, just we watched the camera on the business, we watched it, those vans were sitting there for a good period of time, at least 15, 20 minutes.
Somebody in the handicap spot again.
Yeah, that's where the handicap, wherever that white car is, it's a handicap spot. Middle of the day, just hanging out drinking.
Still put in a paper bag. Holy shit.
Well, that's what I mean. That's the easiest thing. This is actually a video. This is the easiest thing where. Store clerk needs to call. And I get it. It's they've done that so long that it's completely normal. They're there every day, hanging out. So that's one of the things that I want to change. All right, other videos. Let's go through some of the recommendations that we have. So number 1, the owner will maintain a trespass affidavit on file with the police department and have posted authorized no trespassing signs on all sides of the property within 7 days. I'm pretty sure you guys have no trespassing signs already, but we'll check it out. The owner will ensure that no persons loiter in the parking lot on the, well, sidewalks are gonna be public for you guys, but you know, you have the little strip of sidewalk that runs along the building. So nobody loitering on the parking lot, on the sidewalks, within all areas during all business hours. The owner will restrike the handicap parking spot on the east side of the building, on the east side of the parking lot, and get that up to code and install a Florida approved handicap only parking sign. The owner will, they'll report to me by email, the current hours of business. The owner will also provide a copy of the business, operating and liquor license to me on an email. And I'll give you the email if you don't have it already after. The owner will laminate and clearly display within 7 days and for the duration of the jurisdiction, signs measuring 16 by 20 stating that the property is under the jurisdiction of the Nuisance Abatement Board and is being monitored by the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. One sign will be placed on the front door, one in the interior by the counter window, one on the exterior wall of the south side parking lot, and one on the exterior wall of the west side parking lot. Will come and placement will ultimately be directed by me. I'll come in. I have the signs here, put them up. It's a problem. I'll tell you to move here or there, but pretty much just on the outside walls, the west side wall towards power line, the one that faces south, one on the door, and one inside by the cash register where you have the plexiglass there. Okay, I'll give you the signs. I have them right here. But before you guys go, I'll give you the signs. Within 30 days, the owner will install and maintain a minimum of one exterior surveillance camera on each side of the property and a minimum of one interior surveillance video camera capturing the entry and exit of the business as well as the counter area, and one interior camera that will be focused on the cashier and cash register, which will monitor and record activity and transactions. The cameras will be maintained according to all Fort Lauderdale City Code requirements. The exterior surveillance video cameras will be mounted and positioned at strategic locations to ensure that all activity outside the business on the property is monitored and recorded. The surveillance video will be made available for Fort Lauderdale Police Department during all business hours and can be used for any purpose they desire if relevant. So if they come in, there's a robbery out front, they come in and say, hey, I need a video. They need you have the video to give to them so they can watch it. Camera coverage will be verified by me at a later date. So I'll come meet you guys. We'll go over the cameras, make sure they're all. You have a bunch of cameras, I'm sure already. So ultimately, I want some on the outside, one facing power line, because today we watched and there were 6 guys sitting on the west side. I want to make sure you see them from the inside, so you can just call without going out there. If you know what I mean. The owner will cease the use and immediately remove any gaming machines from the establishment. Those gotta go, okay? Because, like I said, past practice, everybody's at gaming machines. I made them remove them because almost every store people were hanging out there, and not saying their property does, but people playing games, using it as a way to sit in there away from cops, and they deal drugs out of that area. So I'd rather cut them out totally. The owner will maintain the property free of debris and trash. The owner will remove all large window signs blocking the front windows. I'm not sure if you had any large signs in there, but
I think the only sign there is the no trespassing affidavit.
that's fine.
And the ATM, there's an ATM.
That's good. Just nothing, because a lot of stores have big beer signs and everything you can't see in the store, so that's fine. The owner will conduct property checks at the location not less than once weekly and email investigating detective me and Joyce, and I'll get the emails. Each week to advise the status of the compliance of each item of this order or any nuisance related activity, any trespassing that occurred, and any other concerns. So it's an email on Fridays that you'll email to us with some pictures and say any activity that you notice going on. Like, hey, I called the cops 5 times this week. They came, they removed everybody from the property. The email should include photos of locations at the time of the inspection. So when you go through, photos of the time you went through, showing if it's clear people or if it's not. So the inspections, not less than 1 inspection per month shall occur during the nighttime. So we do want a nighttime, but not every time. So for all this, we do have some investigative costs. The investigative costs total a dollar amount of $3,293.52. The owner is assessed 50% of that amount. And the investigative cost will equal $1,978.76. So $1,978.76. That's gonna be 50% of the original cost. This cost is to be paid prior to the April nuisance abatement board meeting, which is April 10th. If no meeting occurs in April, then prior to the next scheduled nuisance abatement board meeting. The board will waive the remaining balance of the investigative costs if the owner complies with all board orders within the specific time frame. If the owner fails to comply with within the specific time frames, the remaining 50% of the investigative costs will be assessed. So you pay 50% of that, as long as you keep up your end of the deal and do everything we ask, that's all you gotta pay. If we go through and I say, hey, seventh time I had to tell you they get the guys trespassing in the daytime, and we keep doing that, then you could be put in violation and you could be assessed with the rest of the money. If any of the above listed items are not complied with within the time frame set forth, a fine in the amount of $250 per day per item, not to exceed $250 per day, will be imposed for each day of non-compliance. The owner will appear before nuisance abatement board meeting at April 10th, 2025. And you'll be under jurisdiction for 1 year, starting from today. So that you'll be under jurisdiction before the police department for 1 year. Okay, but those are the recommendations. You guys seen the photos. I have talked to Mr. Jones a bunch of times. Went out to the property, we visited with him. A lot of stuff that we talked about there is already in the works. We talked about the handicap, didn't get the handicap sign. We came to agreement on a detail officer. We're gonna do a detail. We're gonna start from 6 to 9, 3 days a week. Do the police officer. I'm getting the detail rolling. One thing that we have to come up with, and we're gonna suggest, and he's gonna talk over with the store owner, is something from 9 to 6. Something in there, either
9 PM to
9 AM to 6 PM, because obviously you can see the pictures, there's people there all day in the morning. I'm not here to say, hey, I need a cop all day. I get that, I totally understand. So we're gonna come up with something. I'll give you a week to come up with something to cover from like in the morning hours till 6 PM. Something to keep those people off the property. Either if we have agreements that you're gonna call police every time somebody comes on a property and you keep doing that, keeping it clear, and there's not people hanging out, I'm good with that. But if it keeps occurring, then we're gonna have to do something either with security, have a security guard, or detail moving maybe twice a day or longer hours. So give it a week, see if you're calling all the time, because like I said, we looked at the cameras today. Your whole west side, there was like 5 guys hanging out there. There was a girl that went into a car for a few minutes, did something, came back out, went, grabbed a chair, went and sat on the property. They're just hanging out with lawn chairs, people up on bikes, so that's my issue. Nobody hanging out in the parking lot is I want. Clean it up, don't have the people hanging out. That whole east side where the shadows are, where the SUV is parked, the black SUV, that whole dirt line, no more. Long as we restripe the handicap spot and get it up to par, I'm good with that. We'll check the cameras. I know you got a bunch, but just make sure they're positioned in the right areas. So we'll come in and we'll meet there maybe next week if you're available. But other than that, that's gonna be my recommendation for now.
We may have missed it. Did you do number 8 about the cameras? I mean, the lighting outside?
Did I miss it?
8 to 9. I'm spaced out.
I might. So.
8, 9?
Okay, I'm just sorry that I missed that part. Let's go over this lighting. I know you guys had to have some lighting. I've been there at night. The owner will maintain all exterior security lighting on all sides of the building according to City of Fort Lauderdale code requirements and will be illuminated dusk till dawn. Sufficient lighting will be determined by myself, so we'll be out there again. Lighting's good, close to the building. If we get cars not hanging out, I'm okay with that. But for now, if we can do a couple spotlights that are aiming out to where those dark spots on the west side and that corner where all the cars are hanging out, it kind of more of a deterrent for people to hang out when there's bright lights on them. And number 9, one else that I missed. The owner will remove any narcotic paraphernalia being sold from the store immediately. This includes, but not limited to, the glass rose stems, which are used for smoke crack, rolling papers, the brassos or chorboy, which it's all for smoke crack that they use, all other pipes and smoky instruments, scales, weed grinders, and all CBD items that contain CBD or THC or like items. You guys, if you have that, I don't even know, we haven't checked. Like I said, when we come there and we meet there, we'll go through all that. So if you got Nick, well, next week I'm gonna meet with them and we'll go through all the stuff that's on the requirements and recommendations. And I think that's it, right? Yep, now we got them all.
Board have any
Questions or?
Declare the nuisance.
Yep, declare a nuisance. Motion to declare a nuisance. Second.
roll call, please?
Sir, just 1 second. Mr. Dickerman,
Yes.
Mr. Lindsay,
Yes.
and Chair Slotnick.
You forgot.
I'm sorry, I had you put it to be correct.
That was good, late.
Mr. Gunther?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. And Chair Slotnick? Yes, unanimous.
So we have declared business a nuisance. Mark,
Questions? I'm assuming you sell vapes, cigarettes and alcohol, correct? You don't sell vapes? Okay, when you check ID of everybody, or just people that appear to be of age? Everybody. Right, because that's a deterrent for people having to show ID that's outside because they don't want to identify themselves.
Cigarette, cigar, and beer. Everybody takes that.
Everybody's got, because I don't mind, I'm 61, I don't mind being.
Yeah.
ID, so. Okay, thank you, that's all I need.
I've actually watched the business a lot and I don't think I've seen any really kids going in there. It's a lot of old local people that are hanging out there for the most
Yeah,
part.
but the idea of IDing is not because they're kids,
Oh, no,
it's a deterrent for somebody to walk in there then, because they have to identify themselves.
Yeah, make sure everybody has their ID. Yeah.
I'm very impressed how clean the store is inside. I have to say, it really is. Did you have a question before? Because I know you
Yeah.
wanted to. Like you had something.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
can you tell us whether or not the trespass affidavit is current? Is that,
So is there one posted in there?
there's one posted on the window, but I don't know if it's,
Is it faded out and all that? Well, I can definitely check. I don't, do you have the date that's on it? We can check also. There's usually a date on it. It's good for 2 years.
From past experience, I know that, y'all do those annually.
That's easy. That's the easy part. I can
I
get,
just want to make sure that,
if that's not the date, we'll get you one, quickly. So that's not a problem. These are gonna be your new, bigger, brighter trespass affidavits for now, but yeah, we'll get you the correct one.
that suffice, I mean, is that better?
No, I'll make your regular trespass affidavit also. No, I have to get those two. But this is gonna be for that shows that you're under abatement. It's a little deterrent, and you see that Singapore ordinance abatement. So as long as we put them on the sides, if you can laminate them, it'd be great. It just lasts a little longer because they're paper. When people put them on the outside, they get beat up by the weather and they fade. On the door and inside one. And I'll give you 4 tonight, so you can get them started on and put them on the windows tomorrow, whatever. And what hours are you open right now?
7 to 11.
7 to 11?
Don't change your name, because that's been used.
Any other, you guys? Like, there's a bunch of stuff, but cameras, the lights and everything, we'll meet there and take care of that next week.
Can we get a copy of the list?
It'll be an official order that is recorded at the government center and we can hand deliver it to you. What do you think about giving him the printed list now?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Nothing changed, so yeah, give it to them.
You can have mine.
Because Joyce also emailed them to us, so you do have a copy of it.
But it will be an official order.
Any other questions?
Mr. Jones, anything you have, please call me, or, we'll handle that.
Can I ask you if you, on your list, because I did bring it up, a requirement that they ID everybody that walks in for sales of,
I'm hopefully be under pressure that they're doing that.
yeah, but
Already.
other businesses may not be, so if it's in the orders, they're gonna have to comply.
You want us to add that as
We
a
can-
standard?
Yes.
Can you tell me again what it
Um,
is? I can write it
For
down.
the sale of alcohol, vapes, or cigarettes, require that every purchaser be identified. Legal department will give us the right word.
Yeah, it's not a problem. It's just the control issue, obviously, is the hard issue, but.
There's no way. Well, if it's in there and it's viewed by you or somebody else, it's an issue. Like I said, I consider it,
I would have to see.
yeah, but I consider it a deterrent to the activities going.
You're saying people don't want to, not everyone wants to identify themselves.
Yeah. So it's an absolute deterrent.
Good with that. Unless your name's like Smith or Jones.
Any other,
Your regular name, but these guys, these other names, you never know.
I lost my driver's license in front of La Familia in Barcelona.
Uh-huh.
I got it back about 6 weeks later in the mail.
If somebody was using it,
No, somebody found it and they mailed it
no,
back to me.
thank goodness.
any other, questions?
No.
Or,
Motion to adjourn.
no,
No.
No.
we're not finished
Gotta
yet.
move to adopt the recommendations.
Oh, okay.
Move to adopt the recommendation.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Sure, I'm sorry, who seconded?
I did.
You did. Mr. Lindsay?
Aye.
Yes. Mr. Deckerman?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Kemper?
Yes.
And Chair Sonic?
Yes.
Yes, unanimous also.
It probably sounds very overwhelming right now. But it will, everything will be fine. We're really easy to deal with. We're not here to get you closed down. We're not here to make your life miserable. We're here to help you. So this gets resolved quick. The year will go fast. Once everything starts flowing, I promise you it'll be okay. If you have questions, comments, the detective is really easy to deal with, as is Joyce and the board. So please, if there's anything that you are uneasy about or you want to know for sure, contact us.
When we looked at the pictures, our thought was it would be great if all those people were customers. That's what we'd like to see.
Any questions, call, we'll answer anything you need anything you need to know.
If nothing else, we will see you on April 10th. Right?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Don't think it. I'll talk to you. See you later. Take care.
Please, just a couple of just housekeeping. Please be on time. Please read your email. Joyce is very busy, especially because she's not in her normal home right now doing business. So when she emails, please respond. Please reply all, because I also need to know if we're going to have a forum or not, because I have to make some adjustments as well. But we need to make Joyce's life as easy as possible. She's very diligent. She will send us up. Joyce and I always communicate.
Don't hold your eye.
And if you're gonna be late, please let me know. If you can't get a hold of Joyce, text us both or call us both, but please. These meetings don't have to go late if we start on time. That's all I have.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, 7:35.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say.
This might be the first meeting